today on Divorce Court.
Cancer can be a very difficult diagnosis, and not just for the person who has it, but to the entire family as well. It is an emotional bombshell that has ripples throughout everyone who knows them. In fact, in marriages in which one partner has been diagnosed with cancer, 1 out of 5 fail. Today on Divorce Court, we have a couple dealing with this very issue.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tawonda Cunningham and Quincey Johnson. Been together for 13 years, engaged for 6, and coming here trying to decide whether or not they should marry. That's what we're doing today. So we have gotten, I had them take my compatibility test, which we will discuss later on. I also have a copy of their marriage license, which I have permission to tear up should I think the union is ill-advised. Ms. Cunningham, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're not so sure after all these years whether or not you should jump the broom?
Well, sometimes I question the loyalty between me and Quincey.
Why is that?
After we first moved in together, we was both working at a job, same chicken joint together. I was working day shift, he was working night shift. And got into an altercation with a coworker there because I heard some rumors that they were, I don't know, maybe sleeping together or whatnot. So I approached her, asked her, about her and Quincey. She denied, she was messing with Quincey, told me to ask Quincey about it. So me and her got into this physical altercation or argument, and, still I questioned his loyalty about it because I later on found out that he was taking her home, at nighttime when I didn't know about it.
Was something going on, Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
Nothing going on at all. She had it all wrong.
I carpool. I take everybody home, especially for some money. I take you home.
Does he carpool?
Well, as someone, I found out that he was carpooling, but a lot of nights he was carpooling just her.
A few nights, but not
But not on the regular?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Not on the regular.
What other reasons make you feel like he doesn't put you first?
Another thing is that this past New Year's, we went out together, and he had a friend of his come out also with us. Mm-hmm. My thing is that he is putting me in positions with his friends, knowing that they doesn't like me, putting me in uncomfortable situations for him to make remarks about our relationship. So I'm in the club with him, and he's over with Quincey talking about other girls in the club that's checking Quincey out while I'm in the club with them.
Did you bring a guy that doesn't like your woman out to the club with you and your woman?
No, ma'am. I feel that she already always had a problem with him. He was just a going out friend.
And this is my clear example of no loyalty.
Right.
Yeah,
but
Mr. Johnson, let's say there was a chick that you could not stand. And you guys were going out, and she brings this chick along. Wouldn't you feel like, why would you bring her? You're ruining my night.
Right, but it's New Year's. It ain't like it's her birthday, my birthday. You know what I mean? It's New Year's.
Well, you brought him to my birthday also.
If you don't like somebody on your birthday, you still don't like them on New Year's.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, she overheard him say something like that. It's nothing. Brush it off. I'm checking out you only. And it's really no one I ever want to be with. I'm there with you. I'm just having fun.
So what's your problem? Why don't you be cool? You say that she tries to control too much of what you do and got you on a short leash.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a couple of examples of that.
I recently, say if I go out or want to go out, man, it's always something. I let her go out with her friends, and I don't. I let her go out with friends, don't hear nothing. But when I want to go out, and maybe sometimes I go out in the wrong times. I go out. I'm a night owl, and I go out to after hour spots. So you don't really get there.
Just
till
imagine
12.
him getting dressed at 2 in the morning to go out.
Well, what does she do when you go out or do something that she doesn't like?
Attitude.
Attitude. Give me an example.
She breaking things, our end table, center table, she throwing things. Your Honor, we have really less no money, so we can't afford to be breaking things and going to replace things. So, you know,
Ms. Cunningham, are you tearing up the furniture when you get upset?
I believe that he don't did enough damage to my heart that he don't got no more. He don't got no room left.
Okay.
So when you mess with me, instead of me just taking it out physically to him, I try to put my energy towards something else.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Emotions over here, money over here. If you're upset, you need to blow off some steam, run around the block. But don't tear up your stuff.
Right.
That's paying the stupid tax. It's the tax on stupid behavior. It will keep you broke.
Right.
So just, run around the block, find something else to do, but don't tear up the furniture. What did she do to your boss?
Oh, well, okay. She don't feel that I stand up for myself all the way or out and going or don't want to fight everybody, you know. So I just started at that time. I was working and I wasn't on payroll yet. So we had to jot down my hours. When it got time for payday, he was short. And instead of me, she wanted me, I guess, to give it to him, right? Yeah, you know, but he my boss, and you know, I just already quit my other job for this job. So she called him, went crazy on him. The next day, he was like, "Why you don't let your wife talk to me like that?" You know,
Did you lose your job?
Did he pay you?
He paid me.
Hang on, stop,
he
Ms.
paid me.
Cunningham.
You're right. I mean, he paid me, but you know, I could have lost my job then. You know,
Ms. Cunningham, you seem to be a bit of a hothead. You can't seem to control yourself. But let me tell you, you end up making a lot of problems that you can't resolve. He could have very well lost his job when you came up all cranky at his boss.
Well, he did not tell you.
All I'm trying to tell you is you can respond to negative circumstance with something other than crazy. You can actually respond intellectually and still get the same thing without risking, broken furniture and a dude that could lose his job.
All right, throw
What
my
do you
trophies
need
out
to
there.
say, Mrs. Cunningham?
With the job thing, calling his boss, the man, we had been knowing him for years. You know what I'm saying? We had been knowing him, and he might want to call it crazy, what I call him did. His boss may want to say I talked to him a certain kind of way, but I felt like he knew that Quincy was getting paid under the table, and he did it on purpose. And he thought that Quincy, knowing Quincy's character and been knowing us for years, he knew Quincy would overlook it. Mm-hmm. But I'm a mom. I have kids. We have things to take care of in my household. You're not gonna scamp him out like that when he does so much for this guy.
I got you. I'm hearing you. It makes a little sense. Not quite enough, but a little. I understand, though, on a more serious side, that you've had some significant health problems.
Yeah.
And that you don't feel that he's been supportive. So I do want to turn the tables and talk about that a little while.
When me and Quincy moved in together, it was like I was the main source of the responsibility he went to in the house. Like I did everything.
Right.
And so once I got sick, I could count on my hands and feet maybe how many times he done been to the hospital with me in 6 years.
Now, Mr. Johnson, were you less than there for her when she really needed you? Ms. Cunningham, tell me about your illness and why you feel Mr. Johnson wasn't supportive during the course of that.
Well, I got diagnosed with a very rare, incurable cancer in 2011.
Do you know the name
It's
of it?
called gray zone lymphoma. It's a combination of Hodgkin and non-Hodgkin lymphoma.
Oh, okay.
So it's just when me and Quincy moved in together, it was like I was the main source of the responsibility he went to in the house. Like I did everything.
Right.
And so once I got sick, the roles switched. You know, so now he had to be responsible for things that he normally wasn't responsible for. And it seemed like it took a toll on him to take care of the home and to be a partner to me also, to be supportive to me while I was in the hospital, while I was going through certain things. So, I could count on my hands and feet maybe how many times he done been to the hospital with me in 6 years.
How often do you go in the hospital periodically?
Well,
do you have long stays?
Well, now I've been in remission now for about 2.5 years now.
Yes.
So
I'm so happy for that. I understand you had a bone marrow transplant.
Yeah.
Which is not an easy thing.
No, it's
They
not.
have to kill everything,
I was basically reborn again.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Johnson, were you less than there for her when she really needed you?
No, ma'am. My granddaddy had passed from cancer, so I was scared. I was young when we first met. First knew that she had cancer. I'm really not a hospital person, I say that, but I was there, and I got small kids, that don't really show you how they going on with it, and I'm going on with it. So I had to stay there for the home. I had to take my kids to work with me. I had to go to football practice. I had to get them ready for school. And when I come home at night, it's just me when I live in the living room. You know, I used to break down. You know, I never want to lose her, and not feel that I'm not near for her.
And I got you, Mr. Johnson, and I understand that you were under a lot of pressure, but this is the time to circle the wagons. You get family and friends to assist you on that end, because she's in there looking like I might die this month.
Right. And
I need that man holding my hand, because I might die right now. See
but
what
you know,
I'm saying?
the kids can't come in there. So who's gonna? I really have little.
You have no family, nobody to help
family.
you.
We got family, but little to no help on the babysitting side. So
Quincy makes a lot of excuses.
Yeah,
and that's my problem.
You can
with
find
him.
a way. When somebody knows that somebody's got cancer, you got to be able to find a way to get there.
Well, we did, and we.
No, you didn't. She just said you didn't.
No.
Because it seemed like he could find ways to go do other things that didn't pertain to coming to spend the night at the hospital.
Such as
maybe if he wanted to step out with his friends, he could. At that time, his mom was able to watch the kids, or he could drop the kids off down there. But if I asked you to come to spend the night at the hospital with me, oh, I don't have nobody to do this, can't nobody do that. I mean, it seemed like it was more or less of him
picking and choosing.
Exactly.
I could find somebody to take care of the kids if I needed to do something, but not in order to do something for her. Now, hang on. Now, Mr. Johnson, I ain't mad. And I understand what happened to you, but did you hear what she said and what I said? We're not saying you're a bad person, but we're saying this needed to be different, because she may have to fight that fight again. Right. And if she does have to fight that fight again, you need to show up in a manner that she'll feel supported. That's all we're trying to get across to you. See what I'm saying? We're just asking you to up your game and telling you how to get it done.
Okay, I will.
We both work. I work in the mornings. He work at night. I shouldn't have to get up at 5, 6, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work, and come home to a nasty house, or having to come home and wash the dishes, clean the kitchen, cook dinner, get the kids to bed.
I got you, Mr. Johnson. Did you hear? How would you react to the news that your partner has an incurable disease? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court. I had to stop myself for a minute. I forgot we were on Before Your Vows. So let me ask you, you've been together so long, you obviously love the living daylights out of one another. If I could wave my gavel and give you one thing that he could fix, change, or do better, and you gotta be specific, don't just say more supportive or something, what would it be?
Security.
And in what way can he deliver security?
Like, for example, we both work. I work in the mornings, he work at night. I shouldn't have to get up at 5, 6, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work and come home to a nasty house, or to, having to come home and wash the dishes, clean the kitchen, cook dinner, get the kids to bed. I mean, you could at least take out some meat, have dinner started for me. I mean, try to make ways to make my life easier.
I got you. Mr. Johnson, did you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like, I love this woman. Mm-hmm. She's been working all day. What can I do to move the ball along so she doesn't have to come home and start another job altogether? Are you with me, Mr. Johnson?
Yes. I mean, I'm a night owl. I might, when I get off of work, I want to chill. And it is 4, 5 o'clock in the morning quickly when you're getting off at 12, and I play the game.
Yeah.
And,
see, and that what she wants is for you not to chill and play the game first, but to take care of your responsibilities first. That's what she wants.
Right.
And she wants you to, of your own volition, handle something that she's always handling. Yes. Like, you shouldn't have to be told to clean, come in, look around, see what needs to get done,
and do it.
Yes.
With me?
Yes.
All right. So I did have you fill out the compatibility test. And, nothing jumped out at me that was really weird or really odd. Both of you were fully able to list the faults and problems of the other, but you only had a couple of faults and problems with yourself. So maybe a little more introspection might be called for. But at this juncture, we've talked about a lot of negative things, but you guys have been together for a very long time. So I want you to tell me, Mrs. Cunningham, give me 30 seconds of why Mr. Johnson is the man for you. No negativity, no what if, no but. If he could just tell him why he's the love of your life, whom you would consider marrying.
Because he's my best friend. I mean, we laugh together, we have the same hobbies, I found myself finishing his sentences, we think alike. I mean, I could find nobody more perfect, just half of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he's wonderful. He's very sweet. He can be loving it. He can be very affectionate, a hard worker, a great father. I mean, so many things I could say that's so great about you. But, you know, ain't no
beautiful.
But. Ain't no but. I'm stopping right there.
A+ right there. You go, okay,
right
Mr.
there.
Johnson, the bar has been set pretty high.
Yes.
30 seconds.
30
Give me your best shot.
You my soulmate, you my everything. I couldn't really imagine my life without you, you know? Even when you was going through the thing of this losing you was just driving me crazy. Music helped me a lot, you know? You always there for me. You got my back when I feel like I have no family at all, and she always the only family I can count on. She a great mom, and that's everything to me, because I had a mom who was raised by only a mom. So this to see that, this makes me want to be more close and more, you know, to you. And I'm sorry if I don't do things the way you want me to, but my best interest is yours, you know?
Well, y'all killed it. Y'all just killed it. You made my day with that. You made her day with that. That was wonderful. That was wonderful on both your parts. What do you think is the greatest challenge a relationship can face? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I like you. I mean, I really do. I thought I was gonna be mad at you, was a little hot at you in the beginning. You got all the makings to make it right, but you just gotta tighten this up over here and tuck this in over there and smooth this out around the corners. Mrs. Cunningham, let me say this to you. You guys cannot afford any more temper tantrums. You just can't afford it. You have to be mature enough to be met with negative information, the consequences of circumstances, and not tear stuff up. You just do. Not only are you costing yourself money, you're teaching your children how to feel. Your children will read the script you write for them. And the script you're writing right now is, little Johnny, if you don't get what you want, cause some chaos. Johnny going to jail. You don't want Johnny to go to jail. You see what I'm saying? So remember, whenever you're conducting business at home, that's writing the script for your children to follow, and you're teaching them how to feel. Teach them how to stay out of jail. Okay. Okay? Mr. Johnson, remember, always ask before you ever sit and chill and cool and calm or game. Have I done something to demonstrate I'm an active member of this family? Always. And do one thing before you do it. Do you understand? And it's not just, okay, well, I worked today. She's worked today, too.
That's my problem. I work, you know.
She worked today, too. And then she comes home and cooks and cleans and does the kids' part. That ain't right.
Right.
You know what I mean? I worked today, and now let me look at all the things that she's going to do, what she needs to do when she gets home. Let me take half of them off her plate, because I'm that dude.
Yes, ma'am.
That's who I want you to be for her.
Yes, ma'am.
So take this marriage certificate, hold hands, walk down that aisle, love one another, do the right thing, and good luck to you. This matter is adjourned.
The best advice I got from Judge was to listen and be there for her a little more, even when it seemed like I am. It's not enough for her. So just to help out and just be more there for her.
What Judge Lantola really taught me was that change my attitude, be a little more patient, be a little more understanding of other people's situations, and not to be so a hothead. So I would try to work on that and see how far we can make it in this relationship.